Hello there folks, my name is Spoonks and I saw Thunderbolts and it was great. Going into this movie, I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't dreading it, but I was also being very cautious. The MCU hasn't been in the best shape as of recent. They've been rather hit or miss. As I said in my last box office chat, they can reach the highs of like Spider-Man No Way Home, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and Deadpool and Wolverine, or we can see some really steep lows like Eternals and Quantumania and most recently Captain America. But this movie actually didn't look too bad. I was actually enjoying the trailers and the marketing material. It looked solid. I liked the new cast of characters fine enough. Their movies weren't or shows weren't really great or anything, but they weren't terrible, and the movie looked really promising. And I'm happy to report that this movie is a solid fun time. It exceeded my expectations. It's not going to go down as one of the great of the MCU, but it's certainly a solid time at the movies. I thought this was a lot better than I was expecting. For starters, this movie actually has a much stronger emotional core than I thought it would. I thought it would be a lot more joke heavy, the silly comedy Marvel movie that we would get between the serious Captain America and Fantastic Four films, but in actuality, the movie is a lot more somber than I expected it to do. It really struck a nerve with me on its themes and messages about dealing with your depression and mental health and finding the ways you can come to terms with that and get through it with people who care and understand what you're going through. I thought the movie actually handled these themes and ideas very well and very effectively, and it's never brought down by a stupid joke, or it doesn't feel ham-fisted or forced. They actually handle the subject material and subject matter very well, and dare I say mature and even sweet and touching at times. I will say that the climax definitely hits home. It's not what you're expecting from a Marvel movie, but the way everything wraps up, the way the central conflict is taken care of and resolved, I was genuinely touched and moved by it. I thought it was a genuinely sweet way of ending the film, and it really sent the message across in a, once again, mature, solid, and effective way that I think is important for people to see, especially right now. Dare I say it, this really moved me in some ways. But the movie is not all just doom and gloom. There's still those jokes, and it can be very silly, fun, and entertaining at times. The comedy actually does work at the beginning. The jokes were rather hit or miss for me. There were some chuckles, but nothing too funny. But as the movie gets going, the jokes definitely start to become a lot funnier. David Harbour as the Red Guardian easily steals the show. He's having so much fun playing this character, and his comedy always lands. And believe it or not, John Walker was also really, really funny as just the asshole of the group. He's just such a tool in this movie, and the actor playing him does a fantastic job. I think they really made him much more likable and charming and interesting in this movie than they did with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And I actually really cared about this cast of characters. The movie gives you enough time to get to know them and expand their dynamics and how they play off of each other very well. And I really appreciated that because, these characters come from some of the lesser MCU products, so there wasn't really much anticipation to see what these characters were doing in this movie, but the fact that they were able to get me to care about these characters and like them as much as I was able to do really shows the solid writing here. Again, I mentioned Red Guardian and John Walker, but I also really thought the standouts were Yelena and, surprisingly, Bob. They were, what they do with these characters leads into the message of the film, and again, I thought they did an excellent job with the subject matter and the way these two interact, because they actually have a lot more screen time together than I think many people were expecting them to. They play off of each other very well, and what they're going through is really, dare I say, depressing and sad, but the way the movie handles it feels genuine and earnest, and the characters are portrayed and played very effectively. And the last positive thing I'll say about this movie is the action sequences are great. A lot of fun set pieces and action sequences. They're well choreographed and a lot of great big special effects here, but it shows with the budget. It doesn't feel like anything was rushed, or the VFX team didn't have enough time. They've said this in interviews, that it was a lot more practical, and it definitely shows. And honestly, it makes the action sequences look way better, and a lot of the visual effects here were really well done. Again, it shows that they weren't rushed or they weren't overworked or anything, or at least I hope so. And there's a great special effect with the villain. I won't say who they are, but it is genuinely very, very effective to show how threatening they are. It actually kind of creeped me out at some points. But yeah, the action sequences, well done, fun, exciting set pieces, and some solid practical and visual effects here. And now on to my negatives. I do have some problems preventing it from reaching the heights of like peak Marvel or anything. Like I said, some of the jokes don't land, especially in the very beginning of the film. I felt some of the comedy was a lot more hit or miss. It got a lot funnier as the movie went on, but the beginning of the film, just a lot of stinkers and stupid one-liners here and there. I found that some of the other side characters weren't as interesting. They were still likable and charming, but they weren't given as much to do, or they set them up to be bigger than what they actually did in the movie. I thought Bucky would play a bigger role. I thought Ghost would play a bigger role. If you're excited about Taskmaster, get ready to be disappointed. There's this assistant to Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character, and I love the actress, and they gave her a lot of time, but I just felt like she was a bit wasted. She didn't really get to do a whole lot in the movie, and I wish she got a bit more to do. And the movie does suffer from some pacing issues. It felt long at times. I definitely felt the length, and honestly, it actually did feel a bit longer than Sinners, which is crazy because that movie is like 10 minutes longer than this. But yeah, I wish like some moment there were some lulls, so I wish during those moments we could have picked up the pace a bit to make things a bit more smoother. But color me surprised, I had a great time with Thunderbolts. This was a lot better than I expected it to be. It's got its problems, yes, but at its core, it's got a great message about mental health and depression, and it's got a earnest, well-meaning emotional core at the heart of it. Great action, great characters, funny jokes, and a really, I didn't mention it in the video, but really solid after, and I mean after credit sequence, stay till the very end for this one. If you're on the fence like me about seeing this movie, I'd say go check it out. If you're a fan of Marvel and you want to see something a bit more unexpected and something that could surprise you, I'd say go check this out. I think you'll find something here that you weren't expecting in a positive way. Definitely a nice return. I won't say the comeback for the MCU, but a nice return to form after the dull that was Brave New World. I'd say go check it out. I was pleasantly surprised by it. So those are my thoughts on Thunderbolts. What did you all think of it? If you've seen it, did you like it? Did you hate it? Comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all the social media links at the end of the video. And until next time, everyone, stay sharp.
Sometimes I just need a little help. Why do I try to take the world on by myself? I'm asking you please a little help. Tell me you'll be there when I need somebody else. I need help.